I know there's a lot of people that wish they could be here today, unfortunately can't be with us. Dr. Allen being one of those, and he did take time to shoot a special message, so Cal, you play that now.
Coach Collier, so sorry to miss the retirement party this afternoon as I'm down on the coast traveling for the college. I wanted to let you know how excited I am for this new phase of your life and say congratulations on 26 wonderful years here at ICC, 23 years as head coach, 704 wins, the most winningest coach in ICC baseball history. Congratulations on that. I look forward to visiting with you over the next few years and excited about this next opportunity. Have a great year, and always roll Tribe.
Again, as y'all know, Dr. Allen hates to miss things like these, especially special moments like this. Didn't let you prepare for this, so I'm going to let you come on up and have a few words. And afterwards, if anybody wants to say something, make sure it's nice about Coach. You know, we're going to open the floor for anybody. So Coach Ball, be thinking about all those times that he's kind of given you fits over the years. It's going to be your open floor to get him as well. So Rick, the floor is yours.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. 26 years, that's a long time to stay at one place. And obviously I stayed a lot because of the love I have for this place. No crying in baseball.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity way back when, and all that you've done for me throughout the years, and most of all your friendship. You've been a tremendous mentor and taught me a lot, and I can't thank you enough. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on an outstanding career. Probably will never be matched with the landscape of athletics today. You're a hell of a coach and a hell of a friend. I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and obviously for the college and the baseball program specifically. Thank you.
Yeah, this is home, and Coach Ball was in on the hiring process, and I got that job. I was like, that's mine. I'm going to stay a long time. That's my, whatever you want to call it, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Atlanta Braves. That's my sanctuary down there, and I worked my butt off down there to keep it 26 years, but as time rolled on and recruiting got worse, and I not gonna lie, I had a bonfire in my belly. I was gonna make the best team for Etowah Community College. We was gonna go whip everybody's tail, and as time rolled on, it got to where Steph would say, "You don't watch a movie?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd rather watch movies, take off and go recruiting," And bonfire went to a campfire. Recruiting. That recruiting is your money to your program. You got to, and nobody knows what recruiting's like, do they, Coach Macon, until you get in it. That's a job in itself. But those kids like these coming back today, man, throughout. If I read y'all some text when I announced retirement, it was worth every year I put into this thing. I love Ben Husband. He signed at Mississippi State. This right here is something I think everybody ought to be able to get a hold of. This is coming from I guess he's 40-year-old man right now. This is not coming from an 18-year-old, which y'all are smart. I'm not saying anything about that. Coach, thank you for all you did for me. It goes well beyond the baseball field. The example you set as a man, a father, a husband, a far greater than anything that could have taken place on the baseball field. You impacted my life in more ways than you could have known. Outside my dad, I tell people all the time that you were one of the most influential people in my life because of your character and how well you love your players. There's no doubt in my mind that Etowah is a better place because of you. I know that I'm a better man because Rick Collier was my coach and my leader. I went to battle with every day. Thank you for who you are. Enjoy retirement. Love you, Coach. And I don't think Ben would get mad at me reading that, but I got probably 100 of those. And that meant more than 700 and whatever wins it is. This has been a place to support my family. I got to come to work, I guess you could say. I ain't worked today. I love this place. I worked here because I loved it. I loved what I did. I got to come to a so-called work doing something that I love to do for a long time. And this PERS system's good, and it sets yourself up to be and I know Coach Macon's sitting over there, he said, yeah, PERS, he told me, he said, Coach, let me get 57 and 28 in, I'll show you how it's done. That's what he told me. But anyway, that's the thing about it. People like him that come in, and everybody, Coach Case played for me, and now he's my boss, and Brother Chris Burroughs, golly, man, me and him have spent hours down at the field, and it's unreal. If I sit here and go through everybody, Coach McCoy back here, been put up with me for 3 years. I don't know if he could have put up with me when I first got here or not, but I'm going through everybody, old Mr. Gore, Mr. Jim, and boy, this media department is unreal. It's second to none. MT's put up with me he's done all of our stuff for years on athletic clothes, uniforms. He probably gets tired of me, but he put up with me for a long time. Coach Holland here, I ain't got to shake your hand yet, Coach. I won't shake your hand, but he sent us so many players through the years as good stuff. Of course, my family, Steph's had to put up with a lot through the years. Everybody used to ask her when we get beat in a big game, and she'd go, God, I bet he's hard to live with. And no, I didn't care that home. I was the same guy every night at home. Did we talk about it some? Yeah, but no, I wasn't that old dude. But anyway, Stone got to play with me for 3 years, and he's been on that baseball field since before he's born. Yeah.
We had to come get you off the field to go to Amory to the hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I had to go down there when he was being born, but he's been down there the whole time, and what a blessing! What a blessing that God has blessed me with. Thank y'all. Oh man, here's the guys right here. That field wouldn't look like it looked without them. I want to thank them too. Kurt and Natchez and Keith, they make that field look good, man. They work their tails off on all these fields, and it took all of us to win 700 wins. It wasn't just me. If this place wasn't so good, Miss Jackie has to put up with me coming in there asking her for some stuff and not even knowing how to make a calendar, did I, Miss Jackie? I just called Coach Minga. We went through with all kinds of. Getting everybody eligible and asking me questions on this guy, and he did an outstanding job on that. And my brother and nephew over there, and he told me, he said, Rick, don't kill yourself at this. Now, I'm glad I still got him. He had a heart attack about 6 months ago.
No, it was about 12 weeks.
12 weeks?
12 weeks.
Cut him wide open, 3 bypasses, and we both on the same page. We eat about alike, and we do all that. And I started getting stressed out a lot, and blood pressure medicine, and 26 years around these good kids is, I put more pressure on myself than I should have probably. But anyway, little things like that, you're just glad to still have all your people around. And Mr. Harry, he's been there every ball game. He started buying into baseball really good. That's my father-in-law, and a lot of times I miss Miss Pat as much as my main family. A lot of times you think about the in-laws, you like, oh my Lord, I got to go to your house, your mom's house. No, I felt welcome over there every time I've been over there. I was blessed with in-laws, and it's all been. I've been on a surfboard riding away for a long time. It's been great. I'm talking about great, but I appreciate all y'all. There's another one in here. Drew played for me back in the day, Coach Wheeler, and I'm glad to see all you guys in here, and thank y'all for coming. And Mr. Upton, he's had to put up with all our fundraisers and stuff, so I wanted to recognize everybody. So again, Coach Case has been a good one. He had some hard shoes to fill with Coach Ball, but he's working on it. He's doing good. So, but I love everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Anybody got any funny stories? Hit them with them.
We can't tell them all.
Yeah.
Hey Rick, you worried me there on the front end. I thought I was gonna have to break out the travel ball pacifier necklace.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, we had to get the kids pacifiers back in the day. If they gonna keep crying on the ball field, that's good stuff.
I'd like to say something on that too. I love my brother. I'm proud of you. You even kept me going. As strong as you are. But when I was growing up, if he ever started crying, I'd run the other way. Because I knew he was mad there.
Oh man. All that is just a passion for Etowah Community College. I love this place, and I just every day thank the world that I got to do this. Thank God that I got to do this for so long. And a lot of people don't get to stay 26 years in one place, and I'm proud I got to. But yeah, good stuff. With Rafi and Adam and everybody that does that, Kyle, you can watch that like you're watching CBS. It's good stuff. Get some popcorn and let's watch Etowah play tonight. So it's good stuff. But again, thank all y'all for coming. I know Brother Chris got a story.
That's what I was gonna say, Brother Chris, you got any stories? Any stories that you can think of that you could tell?
Hey, Brother Chris, you remember that guy coming out there that night in the outfield?
Oh, yeah.
We won't go there, but that's good.
Rick and I were it was an hour and a half after the ball game of a doubleheader, and we were recapping the we were replaying everything like Rick and I do, and we were talking about other things. And I looked over at Rick, we're sitting in the dugout looking out toward right field, and I can tell by the look on his face, he sees something that I don't see. And he starts yelling, "Hey! Hey! What is it? I said, Rick, what is it? He said, that guy turned around on our field and he moved me.
I took off running at him.
He's chasing the guy. He's got him hands down. Rick's running after him. I'm like, oh man. Somebody going to jail. Thank you, Rick. I had forgotten that. Yeah. I'd forgotten that.
Well, Rick was one of the first coaches that I hired. But when Rick was hired, he was hired as a football coach and assistant baseball coach.
Yes, ma'am.
And then in 2002, when I became athletic director, Chuck Box left. And Rick called me about it every day. Coach, am I going to get that job? And I told him, I said, Rick, yeah, we're going to move you up. Are you sure? Yeah, Rick, then you not come?
I'll wear you out.
Every day, Coach, yes, Rick, you're going to get it. We're not going to open it up. You're going to get the job. But have anybody else said it? Yeah. Rick worked me until they announced that he had that job. He didn't believe it until they actually announced that he had the job. But I mean, Rick and I, we've been through a lot, we've had a lot of ups and not many downs. He was getting mad about some things, but he was one of the coaches that didn't stay mad. He'll get all hot, he'll get on that field, he'll get hot, and I go to him, talk to him a little bit, he'll calm down. But he still be mad, and that face is mad, But he was one of the easy ones that I had to deal with, and I appreciate Rick. I like Rick a whole lot. Rick was my cousin's roommate at Delta State.
Yes.
And I had this parent to ask, he was kind of upset about his son pitching or something like that. And he asked me, he said, did Rick not like him, And I said, look, if that boy can throw a ball 85 or 90, Rick love him. You ain't got to worry about it. He don't care. Remember I told you about that? I said he don't care. If he can throw that ball and he can throw strikes, don't worry about it. He love him. So Rick, he's been good. He was good to all those kids. It didn't matter. It didn't matter race or whatever. He was good to them, and I appreciate that because he was so easy to work with. And we still talk on the phone. We still call each other, and talk. I get on to him every now and then because he won't answer the phone. But we still talk. And he was a good coach. Won a lot of games. Especially when he first started. I mean, he started red hot. Remember, he ran me all over the country that first year. we was in Kentucky and all over Super Region and everywhere. And you know, and did for several years, you know, we won big for several years. At that time, Chad was the assistant coach. But then Chad took over softball, and when Chad took over softball, Rick came to me, he said, dog, I thought Chad was gonna be with me for the rest of my life. I said, Rick, I said, Chad wanna do his own thing too. You know, he can't just stick with you. So, remember I told you that? Yeah. But Rick was good, you know, he didn't, he'll come in and I'll call him, Rick, now you bring me your roster now. Okay, I'll bring it. And Rick, he'll bring it up there, but he'll add one, two a little later on, you know. but I enjoy working with Rick, you know. I didn't work with him 26 years, but I worked with him, 23 of them, I think. But great guy. Great guy, great coach.
Yeah, I want to say one other thing too, Rick. You know, a lot of people have made a lot out of 704 wins, and it should be. You know, I mean, that's to be honored and respected. But I think what a lot of people forget is in the time that Rick was here, and I'm glad he mentioned it, you find that relationships end up meaning more to you than the W's. I mean, we keep score for a reason. Don't worry about it. I mean, we're here to win, but the relationships mean more to you. But people forget. You know, it was like this year in high school baseball, 2 of the teams that won state titles. Those coaches played for Rick. You know, and that's not just this year. That's been through years. And I think, okay, 700 wins. That's just, Rick was the guy that made out the lineup card that handed it to him. He's got guys winning 250 games here, 300 games here, 400 games here. Rick's got well over maybe 1,500, 2,000 wins when he counts everybody that he's coached and the games that they've won. That's really impressive.
Thank you, Brother Chris. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Well, again, I appreciate everybody coming out. I've been sitting back here trying to think of stories I can tell. I ain't got none I can tell publicly. But,
y'all mic me up.
yeah, say mic you up.
Yeah, that's the way to keep me straight.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So we finally talked Rick out of years to mic him up during a ball game. I am so excited. Any of these players, anybody knows Rick, you can imagine how excited I was to that. I got a mic on this joker. The only thing he said for 2.5 hours, got a mic on. didn't want anything or anything. I remember because it was a late game. I came right back to the office. I'm like, I'm editing this tonight. This is going to be great. 2.5 hours later, I said, "Where's it, Brother Chris would be upset at me about?" Because I was expecting that out of Rick, but he didn't. But no, I do appreciate everybody coming. I do encourage you to take time just to love on Rick. He deserves it. Now, Chad did tell me it's a 2-for-1 special on food. Yeah. So if you get one plate, you got to come back and get another. So, yeah, please eat. But don't be in a rush. You know, I know it says 4:30 cutoff time, but if y'all still here beyond 4:30, you know, we're all about that life. So thank y'all for coming.